All right, back at you with another Facebook Live. Got a really important question for you. Are you worried about being your authentic, real self when it comes to presenting your information, your message, your passion, your profession, your business, or just some information on video, especially live, but just on video in general? All right, so that's an important question because when you're dealing with people face to face, it's probably not a big deal to be your authentic self. You've known yourself your whole life, so when you communicate to others, you're you. I'm me. I can only be Amani, right? I can only be Amani. So it's an important question because when you're making videos, you might feel like you have to be perfect. You might not feel like yourself when you're sharing information. I certainly didn't when I first started making videos. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. First of all, I'm Amani Channel. I'm an introverted video coach, and I help folks discover their confidence, to attract leads, to build their business, to share their message. All right, because video is really important these days. Why did you think about making videos, especially for online? This is my reason: because you can. Why do I say that? Well, I've worked in television for most of my professional career, and if you knew what kind of equipment, the expense, like what it all took to produce like live television, like a newscast, and then you could just grab your like smartphone and just go live on Facebook or live on Instagram or whatever, or you could grab a video camera and record a video and post it online. You know what it costs you? It costs you nothing. All right, so I say you got to make videos because you can, whether or not you're in business, really, because you probably have a message and experience, an event in your life that can bless others. We all do. Now, like I promised, I have a story about being my authentic self. So when I worked in news, I used to be a news reporter back in the day in another life. And even though I do work at a TV station currently, I don't work in news. And a lot of folks are like, oh, you work at Fox 5? When are you going to be back on air? No, it's not happening. But in my past life, when I worked as a news reporter, I started out in Tampa reporting, which is a big market. And I really didn't have like a lot of direction. I was hired at the station, hired me to be a reporter trainee. So they trained me to do all those things, right? And, by the way, go on and say, hey, if you're watching this live and if you feel this message or want me to answer a question, go on and pose it. I might not be able to get to your questions or respond till the end because the app that I'm using, I really can't see the interaction here in my window that I'm looking at. This is a different application which allows me to do some different things. Like I can do some different things here. So forgive me if I don't interact with you, but I do go back and read all my comments. So please put a 1 if you're watching this live, and if you're watching this on the replay, put replay so that I know you are watching this video. All right, so back to my story. My first job was in Tampa, Florida. It was a reporter trainee position. So they trained me how to be a reporter. Not really. All right, not really. Because basically I learned in the school of hard knocks. You learn from failure. I learned from making mistakes on air. And I was really the laughing stock of my station because I would get nervous, I would stutter, I would stumble. And when I started figuring it out, like I was trying to be like a hard-nosed reporter, like Amani Channel. And I did a story one time, and one producer said, oh, I really like the way you voice that. I really like your intensity. And so I thought I need to be like an intense presenter on camera. I felt like I needed to be an intense reporter, and that made me sound more authoritative. And one day I was out with my favorite photographer. His name is Rod Finch, and he lives here in Atlanta where I live. And Rod's a good friend of this day. But I was doing my stand-up, right, the little on-camera bit that you insert like in the middle of a story. And I said my little on-camera bit, and I was really intense. And he got mad. Like instead of having headphones, he had a little earpiece to monitor the audio. And he like ripped it out. He's like, dude, why are you yelling at me? And I was like, dude, I wasn't really trying to yell at me. I wasn't really trying to yell at you. I was just, I was trying to deliver my lines. He was pissed, though. He was pissed. And why was he pissed? Well, first of all, because I was yelling in his ear. But I was trying to be someone that I really wasn't. It wasn't my personality to be it wasn't like I couldn't be a hard news reporter. It wasn't like I couldn't tell stories that were tragic or whatever, crime stories. But that wasn't my nature to be like the delivery was not who I was. I wasn't speaking. I wasn't presenting the information in my own voice is what he was saying to me. And so it was maybe a couple days. It might have been that same day. We might have been driving back to the station, and I was like, Amani, I know this guy told you to be like this guy or whatever, but he's really not like it. He's like, look at this other, there's another anchor reporter at the station. He's like, he's kind of more like you. He's kind of cool. And I don't think I'm cool. I'm more of a nerd. But anyways, that's beside the point. So I was like, okay. And that's when the light bulb kind of went off. And shortly thereafter, I started finding my on-camera swag, as I like to call it. And the rest is history. So, I don't I'm not super pumped up. Like, I'm not super in your face when I'm sharing this story even. I'm like kind of laid back. That's my personality. I have a laid back personality. That's who I am. All right. So how do you find your authentic voice? Well, first of all, you can't worry about being perfect, especially when you're getting started. All right. I'm going to share some jewels with you. Do not worry about being perfect. All right. Just talk to the camera like you would talk to a friend. That's the best advice I can give you. The camera has to be your friend. Now, for me, like people would say, imagine talking to your friend when you're going live or whatever. That really, it doesn't work for me even still to this day. It just doesn't work for me. But I am able to communicate. Like when I'm talking right now, I'm imagining that I'm just talking to one person and I'm just sharing my story with them. All right. So just imagine you're talking to one person. Some people I've coached and I've worked with say that it's helped to like tape a picture of a close friend behind the camera and they just imagine they're talking to that person. You can imagine you're talking to a client or a customer, something like that when you're speaking. All right. Because that will help you share information in your own voice or be your own authentic voice. You don't have to necessarily copy someone else, but there might be a person who you look up to online, you like their videos, and you can kind of emulate them as long as their delivery is kind of in alignment with your own like personality. All right. So there are certain coaches that I follow and certain mentors that I have, and they have more of a extroverted personality and they're more in your face and they're more excited, and it's okay to be excited. Like I don't feel like I'm not excited because I'm excited when I'm sharing this information, but I'm pretty low key. All right. It's just my personality. That's my authentic self as far as I know. All right. So, just start doing those things and don't be afraid to share stories. Like share stories and just, speak from your heart. That's really the best thing I can tell you to do. Speak from your heart. And there's another online coach, and she's a former TV person. I interviewed her, and she said that she tells her clients, like, speak from the heart. And as long as you're speaking from the heart, like, my message isn't going to resonate with everyone, right? Because some people are going to be like, who is this guy? Or he's putting me to sleep. Or maybe my delivery isn't for you. Maybe my message isn't for you. I realize that I'm not for everyone. But for those who are attracted to me, like, magnetic personalities, right? We're all vibrating at certain levels, and my message will resonate with someone. Hopefully it's you, but if it's not, it's all good. But you gotta find your zone. You gotta speak from the heart, and most importantly, have fun. All right, don't be too hard on yourself, especially when you're getting started. All right, don't aim for perfection. Aim for the process. All right, aim for sharing a message. Aim for just sharing some information, even if it's at that. And then once you sort of get your wheels under you, then you can worry about dialing in your audience. But when you're just getting your confidence, when you're just, finding your authentic voice, just make videos. All right. That's the best thing I can tell you. You got to practice. Just practice. Because I didn't get good overnight. Believe that. It took me several years. Now I have developed a process. I developed a formula I call the video confidence formula, and it works amazingly well with helping introverts and others, people who are camera shy, people who are anxious, people who don't know what to say, have challenges with the equipment, all those things. It's a 6-part formula, and it flat out works. All right, I'm not here to talk about that, but I am working on a special training program. If you're interested in learning more, put Video Fearless in the comments. All right. And I'll share some more information about that. And I'm releasing some information about it real, some official information. It's kind of a sneak. It's a tease. That's what we call a tease in news. All right. So I'm going to leave it at that. All right. But just start sharing. You got to share your information. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. All right. Because if you're just getting started, a lot of people aren't going to see it anyways. Right. I mean, they're just not. And you don't have to worry about one or two people. If it's on your personal Facebook page, they're probably friends anyways. They understand that it's super, it's intimidating, right? To share a message, to put yourself out there. People, all sorts of things are going to run through my fear of rejection. Am I going to say something stupid? All those things are going to run through your mind. They're going to be blocks that prevent you from being your authentic self. But the more you practice, the more it's going to come out. All right. So that's the best advice I can give you. All right. So if this was helpful, leave a comment if you have any questions. I want to give a special thanks. Let me make sure I get the name right, because Allison Steiner Howard Hogue, for leaving that question about wanting to be authentic, not be judged. She said, so I asked her, she said, last night during my last live video, and that's why I'm doing one today, because she said one of her challenges is being her authentic self, feeling like she's her authentic self. And that it's important to be your authentic self, because people will recognize if you're trying to fake it or if you're trying to be like someone else. Like if I was out here trying to be like Grant Cardone, super fired up and talking, it's not me. It's not who I am. All right. I'm Amani Channel. All right. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to have more of a hands-on interaction with me, I would encourage you to join my Video Confidence Accelerator. It's my closed Facebook group where I share tips, techniques, give critiques, and it's all in love. All right. It's all to help you be the best you on camera, because as an introvert, we have, we like to think and read books, and we're more introspective. And sometimes it takes a little bit to bring us out of our shells. And that's what I'm here to help you do, because introverts have superpowers too. It's not just the extroverts who get to have fun on camera. We can do it too. All right. And you can do it because I believe in you. All right. So I'm going to keep this short. Well, 10 minutes isn't really short, but it's Facebook Live. You got to go for 10 minutes. Talk to you soon. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Any thoughts, anything you want me to address in the next video, leave it below. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.